So you might have been asking yourself, well, you modeled that first whiskey glass, but you never ended up using it. Well, really, that was just to show you one technique of doing that sub-D modeling. For the other glass we used in the main tutorial, we ended up using that curve to create that. But this was the first one I did, and I just wanted to kind of take you through a quick, easy setup for another type of scene. I'm not going to take you all the way from start to finish on this one, more just kind of an overview of what's going on. But as you can see, we have that first class here, using all the same material attributes as we had in the last one. Only difference, I put a little air bubble down here. So I just took a sphere, scaled it down. And for that guy's material, let's go take a look real quick. Pretty much have no diffuse, no reflection, no anything. So see, air doesn't have any of that. And then 100% transparent, and then no refractive index, or a refractive index of 1. Perhaps it should be 0. I'm not too sure that actually changed anything or not. Maybe it should be 0. Let's see if there's a preset for air. It should be 1. All right. So anyways, all we really have is 100% transparency and a refractive index of 1 for that little air bubble. Again, just a small little sphere. Just thought I added something to the scene without it. Yeah, it's kind of nice as well, but sometimes you see those kind of blown into the bottom of classes, and I just thought it was fun. If you look at the scene here, instead of that wood material on the ground, let me click the material again in preview to load it in the shader tree. It's a pretty simple scene, or pretty simple material. You could add a little bit of texture for some bump and things like that, but really I'm just kind of going for that sort of studio look. If you look in preview, let's see, kind of this look here that we see, this black, all black on the ground, just going back to the original reference and kind of taking a look at some of the scenes I liked. This one here. But anyways, just a black material. It's got a bit of a blurry reflection, so that's kind of creating that soft reflection down here on the table. If I turn that off, it's going to be a nice, perfectly crisp, hard reflection, as you kind of see in some of that other reference. You might like that or not. It's got a real low roughness value of 5, so it's not too blurry, but just enough to kind of break it up in the scene. And then, just pretty much just pure black. It actually doesn't need any diffuse since the diffuse color is actually 0. It's pure black. So having a little bit diffuse actually doesn't make any sense in this case. And just 5% reflection on the angles facing us, and then 75% on the Fresnel. So it just gives a kind of a real high gloss across the Fresnel angle. That's it. It's a pretty simple material. And for the environment, I'm just using this, one of the Modo's environment presets. This is the Image Black Studio, and that's coming from, if we look at our presets real quick, this Black Studio under the Studio environment presets. And I think all I really did on that one, well, was nothing. Just kind of loaded it and left it as is. But really, any of these studio environments, let me just kind of double click here and take a look. I mean, that looks pretty cool right there on its own, all black scene. Not picking up much, it's giving a really nice reflection in the glass, so I like that one. I'm going to undo that real quick. Even this abstract one, it's kind of these blue, orange lights. Kind of give you a fun feel. Definitely, as always, just play around, bring in some of your own. If you have his on Slick Kit, there's some really cool environments in that one. Or his other environment kit, I'm sure that's going to give you much better results than some of these. All we really have is a simple environment preset and blurry reflections on the ground and that one glass. To create this sort of psych background, as we see here, it's pretty simple. Let me delete this real quick. I'll show you how I came up with that. We'll simply take the edge. Oops. Pull up the model menu, not the tab. Without it, it's actually kind of a nice scene as well. That's giving you pretty close to what we see here, to be honest with you. But in this one, I just want to take that edge and do an edge extend. So it should be under edge menu, extend. Right click in the menu, bring up my handle, pull straight up. Now we have a hard background. I'm going to grab this edge here, do a B for bevel, and just pull it out so we have a nice kind of curve to create that psyched background. So yeah, again, it's a pretty simple scene. Just the model we had from before, dropped in the ice cubes, got our liquid, And to play around, if I look straight down on the image or pull the camera up and down, which I kind of really like that shot, that angle there. I think it's kind of a cool composition. These white highlights are fun. Really, you can just kind of go in there and explore it. So the kind of nice thing about this, like nice black curved sight background, almost any angle is going to give you something completely different and a really fun, interesting look. Just undo real quick. I think black with the orange sort of amber hues of the whiskey looks really nice. But perhaps, let's say we want, a nice white reflected environment. Real clean sort of studio look. Not quite as good looking as the other one. I really liked the black on it, but let's turn the reflections down. And this is a real simple sort of product shot scene you could use for anything. Just a simple white with that sight background, a touch of reflections, and get a real kind of clean, crisp look to that. Maybe add a little bit of color to your reflective environment. If you want to go complementary to that orange hue, give it a blue background. Gives a totally another look and feel to the overall scene. Or keep playing off those warms, keep it all warm. Now I'm just changing the reflection color, as you can see here. I kind of liked it real dark and black. Again, just a simple extra scene. Just wanted to pass it along and show you, just the same geometry as we had before. The first one we modeled, same material setup, all pretty simple. Good environment. You can really start creating some fun looks. Pretty darn easy. It doesn't have to be whiskey. Again, we can use a wine glass for this. The same modeling techniques. Do anything you want. Anyways, just thought I'd share this one along with you guys. Hope you enjoy it. Thanks.